the channel DK Fantasy Creation and Design. This is the first episode. We got picked up. We made it past the pilot, everyone. So on today's episode, we are going to be creating the outfit for Haze from Fortnite. So we're going to be doing the crop top. And then for all you loodies out there, we're going to be also doing a lingerie version as well. So this is definitely a quick kind of closet cosplay to do, whether if you need a last second Halloween costume, if you're going to some form of gamer themed event, if you want to keep it casual for a cosplay convention when they start again, or if you're a content creator and you need kind of filler content and you need a filler cosplay, this one is definitely for you. Now she does have a couple skins. We're just doing one. I potentially might do a different one down the road just because it looks spooky. And spooky season is upon us, but we will see, no promises. Now before we dive into the video and the tutorial, I just want to let you guys know that I had basically everything in my closet, but I found things that were really similar, and I just put all those links kind of in that description box to kind of help you out. But honestly, if you don't have something in your closet and you don't want to shop online, you can probably just go to Goodwill and thrift like a black t-shirt or a black crop top or a black tank top, and everything doesn't have to be exact. So that's the kind of beauty about cosplay, is that you can make it on your own. And as well, I just want to let you know, if you guys don't do lewds, or you guys don't like lewds or whatever, that is totally fine. It's something that I do, so I obviously wanted to show you what I did to make my outfit, and I will put those links in the description box as well. Okay, so you're going to need a couple supplies to be able to make the crop top, and the first supply that you're going to need is obviously a plain black crop top. So I got this from Forever 21 like a couple years ago, but you can find them on Amazon for super cheap, and I also linked down below one for you guys. So yeah, plain black crop top, or you can use a black t-shirt or a black tank top or whatever, just cut it. So you're going to need that. You're also going to need a pair of scissors and something to write with. And you're also going to need some heat bond, ultra hold heat bond. So this is actually found in like the crafting section of like big box stores, or if you were in a craft store, it's going to be with like the t-shirts and fabric paint, and so kind of in that area, and it's like $4 for a package which has over a yard in it. You're going to need 3 different types of fabric. So you're going to need a darker pink fabric, you're going to need a lighter pink fabric, and I dropped my black fabric. You're going to need a little bit of black fabric as well. I'm choosing to use this like black vinyl latex fabric, which you obviously don't have to use. It's just a scrap that was in my pile of fabrics. You're also going to have to use an iron. And if you're anything like me, I had no idea how to use an iron until like 2 months ago, and I literally called my mom and I was like, "Mom, how do I use an iron?" And she told me to Google it. I was like, what are moms even for? Like, you guys know everything. So she kind of like walked me through the settings on my iron and how to put the water in, and putting, you know, a small like cotton kind of cover in between what you're ironing and all that good stuff. So I'll kind of walk through that with you really quickly when I'm using this. But yeah, unfortunately you are going to use an iron. If you don't have an iron, that is okay. They are super cheap online or in store, and I'll put those links in the description box as well. For those who want to follow along with the lingerie version that I'm doing, you are going to need, if you want to do the exact same one, you're going to need this outfit, which you can find on Amazon, and I will put that link down below as well. A fan got me this from my wish list a couple weeks ago, I think, and I love the style, and originally I didn't know what to do with it, and then it kind of just clicked. So you're going to need some form of pink outfit. You're also going to need more scrap black fabric. And then I picked up the they are like stars that you just like iron on. Flip it that way. So you actually just need the 2 pink ones. So I'll figure out something else to do for the silver ones. So the 2 pink ones, which I'm going to put on the top, then like the black fabric on the inside, which we'll get to later. And you're gonna probably need a pair of underwear, or I don't know what I'm doing with the bottoms yet. I haven't got that far, but you're probably gonna need some form of undergarments because the bottoms are completely see-through and fishnets. So yeah, let's get started.
Okay, here we go guys, voice over Stephanie. So the first thing that you're going to need is a star template, which I put a link in the description box, or you can just Google star clip art, and it's, I think, the 4th image that shows up. You're also going to need a piece of cardboard, which I forgot to mention. So if you want to just go ahead and pause this video and go raid your recycling, you're going to want this just as kind of an extra stabilizer for your pattern template. Sorry if it looks a little awkward when I'm cutting. I am left-handed, so I'm trying to make sure you guys can still see what I'm doing. You can always skip this step if you really want to, but once again, we're going to be tracing the star pattern a couple times, and paper after one trace just starts to get really flimsy, so I choose to put my patterns on cardboard. And then you're just going to cut out that cardboard pattern. You guys should tell me what your favorite potato is in the comments. That way I know you guys are paying attention. So when you have your template cut out, you're going to get your fabric ready. So you're going to take your first piece of fabric, so that's the bottom part of the star, and lay it out, and then you're going to get your heat bond and put it on top of that. Good job. Now I'm kind of just going to show you the package real quick because it's an easy step process. 1, you put the heat bond on the fabric. 2, you trace the fabric and then you peel it, and then you put it on the other fabric. You'll notice what side you have to put the heat bond on. It's going to be like bumpy. I know you can't really tell in the camera. Oh, and then just make sure you put some form of tablecloth or towel down or something if you don't have an ironing board, so that you don't accidentally ruin your desk. So once again, there's that bumpy side, so you're going to put it bumpy side down. And then you're just going to iron it for 2 to 5 seconds. It says it on a low setting. My iron doesn't have a low setting, so I put mine on cotton linen and kind of just prayed for the best. And there we go. So it is now stuck to the fabric. So then you're going to take your cardboard template, and you're going to, nope, I didn't want a potato side up. Potatoes offend me. And you're just going to trace that onto the heat bonded fabric. And then you're going to cut that out. If you want, you can keep the scraps of fabric that are already heat bonded. Maybe you have another project coming up. I like to keep a lot of my fabric scraps because you never know when I'm going to need them. Case in point, I am using a scrap piece of black latex later on in this video that I used for a cosplay project 3 years ago. I'm so awkward cutting, guys. Haha, we have 1 star. Then you're going to take, oh, you're not going to take your second fabric. You're going to take your star and about 1/4 of an inch in, you're going to draw another smaller star, and this will be the star for your second pink fabric. So I just used pink scraps that I had in my craft bin. One was spandex, so the hot pink one was spandex, and the light pink one is I don't know, it's something shiny and it's horrible, and it wrinkles and it frays, and I highly suggest not using it. So definitely something cotton would probably be the best, but once again I'm just using fabric scraps. Satin. It is satin. It's satin and shiny and sparkly. There we go. So once you have another piece of heat bond adhered to your fabric, you're just going to cut out that second smaller star that you traced on. As you can see, I made a mistake and I started tracing the star directly onto the fabric without putting heat bond on it. I've actually made 3 or 4 mistakes in this video that I decided to just keep in the reel because no one is perfect. Okay, so to adhere the small pink star to your dark pink star, you just peel the backing and then place it where you want to put it. I struggled with trying to figure out which end the star went up. But now that you have that figured out, you're doing step 3 of your heat bond, and you're just going to gently press that down for 5 to 10 seconds. I noticed that the tips were just not sticking, and they were fraying as well, but I honestly don't think that this is a heat bonds problem. I think this is the type of fabric that I was using, but I could be wrong. So I just gave it a couple extra presses on all the tips. And now what you're going to do again is 1/4 inch in, just make one smaller star. Now if you have cotton fabric, you probably don't have to do this, but since my fabric was fraying, I decided to not cut out the inside of my star since the shirt is black, and I went ahead and just put a black fabric star on top. I just figured it would make my life easier, but once again, if you have more durable fabric, you can probably skip this step and just cut out the inside of the light pink star. At some point, I guess I decided that the corners still were not sticking, so I just hit them with heat again. I also filmed this in 2 days, so I noticed that the star was starting to curl, so just with a little bit of heat that helped to flatten that out. I also realized that latex is really difficult to use when trying to cut. So once again, you're just going to peel that backing off and then put it onto the light pink star if you're doing this step. And then surprise, you can't iron latex, so I just kind of folded up my cloth and ironed it that way. I did decide at one point, oh yep, here we go, to just YOLO, and yeah, it stuck to the iron, so I just put the towel back over it. And voila, we have one star. So now you're going to take your shirt and you're going to not make my mistake. I did not stretch out my fabric. I just placed a star where I wanted it on the shirt. Please make sure that you are stretching out your fabric, because when I put it on, it stretched out because of my tits. And yeah, so what I had to do is I had to literally stand in my kitchen with a glue gun and kind of glue the pieces that came apart on the shirt while I was wearing it. It can be something that you don't really think about, so don't feel bad if you make the same mistake that I do. And then once again, you're just going to press it onto the shirt. Make sure you peel that backing. I don't think I showed that. but you're peeling that backing off the dark pink and placing it onto the shirt. My corners were having problems sticking again as well, so I was just mindful of the latex and just pressed down for an extra 5 seconds on each point. And yes, I know I'm holding the iron ridiculously, but I was trying to not block the camera. Ta-da! Here is her shirt. So if you are making the lewd version, here's a little tutorial for that. So you're going to take your bikini and lay it down and use those star adhesive patches, I'm going to call them. You can get them at the craft store. I got them from Joann Fabrics in the t-shirt aisle. And then you're going to want to place the scrap fabric of latex with your heat bond already on it onto the star, or behind the star I should say. At first I was just kind of eyeballing it, and then I realized, oh hey, I can actually just trace this and then cut it out, which made it 10 times easier. So then you're just going to peel the backing off of the black. Like, just make sure you do it because it's not going to stick if you don't, which I forgot when I was placing my first one. And you're just going to press it down. Just be mindful of the latex once again, if you're using latex. If not, you don't have to worry about this part to be dainty, and you just have to press down for 15 to 20 seconds. And this is where I made a mistake and melted my pen to the iron. Once again, I was finding out that the corners were just a giant pain to adhere, so I just had to press it down like, I don't know, probably 3 more times. Okay, and there is the bikini top. So this is what the bikini top looks like on, and this is what the lewd version is going to kind of look like if you are into that. If you're interested in the full cosplay, you are going to need the shirt, a wig, a black choker, some pants, and some boots. And here's the full product. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what improvements I can make.